Hi YouTubers, I just wanted to give you an update on what I've been up to since the last video. I made a recent purchase of a riding mower. In this case it's an electrical riding mower. It's an electric lithium ion based technology. And there are some advantages to this that I wanted to talk a little bit about. But today's video I just wanted to give you an introduction. Our next video I'll show you more about the results of it actually mowing the lawn, but I want to talk about my understanding of the advantages, as well as an interesting maintenance feature, which is how to remove the deck, and we'll go through that in a little bit. This is a similar model to what's on the market. The gas-powered versions of these are labeled under the brands of Troy-Bilt, Cub Cadet, as well as Craftsman, all manufactured by MTD. One of the things that I wanted to show was the visual aspects of the unit. That's a little bit different than the gas-powered one. If you notice, this one's sealed pretty much all around. A couple of reasons for that is the fact that it's battery powered, so they want to make sure that the battery itself isn't exposed to the elements. On this side, it's a very similar arrangement to the gas powered model in terms of the on and off switch. There's some differences because it actually gives you the power readout. Other than that, it's sealed on this side as well, and you can see it's a 30-inch mowing deck. So one of the advantages that I see owning this is the reliability associated with a lot less moving parts. A gas-powered engine obviously has its pluses and minuses, but one of the minuses that I see is having to do a lot more maintenance over a period of years when the gas has to be taken out, when you have to do carburetor maintenance, a whole set of things, including the use of the replacement of the belts. This model has no belts. All direct drive with the mowing deck. Certainly there's an aspect of it related to pollution. Most of the lawn equipment is slowly migrating towards an electric base solution, primarily because of the pollution and trying to diminish that. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted also to highlight was the charger. It comes with a Delta Q charger for the 56 volt batteries. It's about a 23 amp charger. It's an industrial charger. It's very high quality. It's very simple though. Obviously it's 120. And then you just essentially plug it in. Then the unit begins its charging cycle itself. And you'll see here that you actually start seeing a readout of the condition of the battery as it begins to power up. In this case the battery is charged already, so all three LEDs are high. The unit itself will start indicating a charge based on this, and it's that simple. So one of the controls that the mower itself has is the height of the mowing deck itself. And for maintenance, what you want to do is lower it all the way down to its lowest position right here. The deck itself is held up by 3 pivot points with these clips. There's one on here, one on the opposite side, and then one right up front. Yeah, I find that one of the easiest ways to do this is just to grab this particular clip and push it right off. It's pretty simple. It's got a washer, and you do the same up front till you get ready. Okay, the other thing you want to do on this side is that you want to remove the chute first. You want to remove the electrical connector by just reaching back there and unplugging it. Then once again, on the other side. So the other thing to do is just unhook it itself from here. This one automatically comes out. You push the whole thing out. Then you drop it from the other side. Now notice that I put a piece of cardboard on here so to avoid it from getting scratched up. So trying to limit the amount of rust buildup. Okay, one of the things you have to disconnect are the electrical connections that I mentioned earlier. There are two electrical connections, a wider one and a smaller one. If you see, you unscrew it, and then you basically pull the unit out. Same thing on this side. You screw it and you pull the unit out. Now at this point you're free to remove the deck completely. Okay, now that the mowing deck is exposed, you see the direct drive motor, the two connectors that we talked about, and the safety switch. That safety switch is here. You'll find that in other YouTubes. Essentially to stop the motor should the chute come off. So if you flip it around, one of the things that I've done is to coat the unit with a product that I found from a fellow YouTuber, and I'll put the link on the video of this product called Rust Cure. It's from Canada. And the reason I want to do that is that the manufacturer, this may be a disadvantage to this model, does not recommend using water anywhere near the mower to wash anything. So unfortunately, as I said, this may be a disadvantage where I literally have to take it off to wash it down, or maybe just we'll see how that happens after a few usage. I may have to do an update video in terms of how this turns out over the first season. So what are my final thoughts so far on the mower? Well, I see for now just positives. There's a couple of things you have to worry about in terms of not being able to use water to clean the deck out according to the manufacturer. You may have to remove the deck as I did and then clean it. One thing that I should mention though is that I'm not being paid by Craftsman or Rust Cure, which is the manufacturer of the rust preventative itself. As I said, I'll put links on to where I've heard about from another YouTuber. But so far so good, and I'll make another video later on in the season to tell you how it actually performs for the reason you buy it, which is how it cuts the lawn and so forth.